So today's live is actually inspired by one of my team members called Kirsty Gard. After telling me a little bit that she's had a little bit of a realisation in regards to her goals and everything like that, basically. Long story short, she popped up to me on the old WhatsApp, basically what I use for communication, and she said basically that she's had a bit of reflecting and she's realised that her goals have changed since when she first came aboard, which I absolutely love. And now basically just asking her to realign her goals based on what she wants to achieve. And I'm using this live as a way to tell you exactly why it's really, really important to realign your goals as time goes on. So you may have certain goals that you have when you first start your fitness journey, which may change over the course of time. And the reason as to why you need to realign and reflect on your goals as you go is because if you stick with the same goals that you have when you first begin, then not only will you start to feel a little bit demotivated as time goes on because you get close to achieving these goals, but you also might not want the same thing as what you wanted. Or you always need to understand what exactly it is that you want to achieve at all times, and you always need to be in a decent mindset and decent stead of wanting to achieve specific goals. So let's say, for example, you start out your journey wanting to lose weight. Let's say you want to lose fat. Let's say you want to lose weight. I'm going to actually use Kirsty's specific goal that she mentioned to me. When she first came aboard, she said that she wants to fit back, I guess, into her pregnancy, into her pre-pregnancy clothes. She wanted to feel like how she did pre-pregnancy and pre-COVID. We said to her, listen, she's given birth, she's a different person to what she is now, and she was like, yeah, I know, but at the end of the day, it'll make me feel better if I lose all this fat that I've put on over COVID and given birth, etc., etc. And we've made a shit ton of progress since that point. I think she's lost about 8 kilograms, I think it is. So that's basically more than a stone. And she's lost so much fat since that point. She's made so much progress since that point, and I couldn't be more proud or impressed with her. But she recently popped up saying that she's had a little bit of reflection and she's starting to realign her goals because she no longer wants to look how she looked pre-pregnancy or pre-COVID, which is amazing because ultimately I'd never think that anyone should want to look how they looked pre-pregnancy. Granted, there might be some body fat that you might need to lose since being pregnant, but you should never get to a position where you wanted to be exactly how you were pre-pregnancy because giving birth is such a special thing. You've actually resulted in having your own little baby. So now she's popped up and she said, okay, cool, I no longer want to do that. I want to actually, because she was like 21, 22, pre-COVID, pre-baby. She's now 26, right? 27 coming up to. And instead of being how she was pre-COVID and pre-pregnancy, so how she was 21, 22, she wants to be a new version of herself, post-pregnancy, post-21, 22, post-COVID. So instead of now focusing entirely upon weight loss, and also fitting into pre-pregnancy clothes, she wants to get to a point where she actually develops herself so much that she can actually pick new clothes and feel absolute banging while she's 28. And in her words, create a new mature look for herself, or create a body that her mature self would appreciate and be happy with. And this is why realigning your goals is so important, because if she stuck with the goals of she wanted to fit into the clothes that she was pre-COVID and pre-pregnancy, she would never be happy because deep in her mind, she's still thinking, are these actual really goals that I want to achieve? Or do I actually want to achieve something else? And then would eventually achieve imagine if we eventually achieve the pre-pregnancy goals. She wouldn't be overly happy with her results because deep in her mind, she actually had another goal or another result that she actually wanted to achieve, which she didn't get to. So basically what I'm trying to say is it's going to be so imperative that you change your goals as you go, and change your goals as your life goes on, and then change the goals as your lifestyle fits. I'll give you another example. Alicia, one of my other star members of my team, she came on board wanting to lose fat and to tone up. So we did that, and we succeeded in that. She ended up losing a lot of fat, she ended up transforming her body, and ultimately looking absolutely fucking spot on. From that point, we then says, okay, now what do you want? Now she's started to get into the gym. She's starting to enjoy her gym journey. She's now become a self-proclaimed gym girly, which is absolutely sick. But now, because she's gotten into that gym routine, she now actually wants to focus a little bit more so on strength and building muscle. She no longer wants to lose fat. Therefore, we put her into a bulk. We are now focusing more so on building muscle and building strength, so much so that she can put on a lot of muscle, put on a lot of strength, get to a point where she's happy with the amount of muscle, amount of strength she's put on, and then we can realign her goals once again and start focusing on losing fat, ultimately seeing what's left over underneath. So they're two prime examples of realigning your goals and resetting your goals. There's nothing wrong with it, and I actually really recommend you do. Every 6 months, I recommend you look back on the goals in which you started with and realign them. Make sure that you still want what you wanted to achieve 6 months ago. And if you didn't, change them. Fit something to your current life, to your current persona, to your current way of living, to your life right now, rather than always sticking to what it is that you wanted to do 6 months ago. I do it in regards to my business. I do it in regards to my own fitness. I do it in regards to everything. I have realignments of my goals every 6 months just to make sure that I still want what I wanted to, and if I didn't, change them up. I always recommend you realign your goals and realign what it is that you want, because you're going to be so much happier with your progress as a result, and you'll also be way more incentivized to continue going. I hope that helps, and I hope that makes sense. If you want any questions answered, feel free to send me a DM on my Instagram at k.p_health. And if you want any of my free resources, including my Ultimate Eating Out Guide, my 5-ingredient recipe book, and my free alcohol cheat sheet, feel free to send me an email on my email address, kieran@kphealth.co.uk, and I'll send them through to you, no strings attached. In the meantime, have a lovely rest of your day, have a lovely rest of your week, and I'll speak to you again very, very soon. Peace.